Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and with the same name update now live here in Dokkan, I did want to do a few choice teams to show how this same name update can really have a strong impact on, you know, your box, like a lot of different like challenge runs, potential things like that. So this is just sort of a transformation boost team I designed. I wouldn't necessarily, like, my sixth or even my seventh sense is telling me that, like, there's a bajillion comments, oh my god, he's so stupid, his team building is so terrible. But literally, this is just me wanting to show, like, some of the things you can do, right? So with this team build, I'm doing something very, very simple, and that is I'm putting a JANEMBA and a Golden FRIEZA on each rotation. Then we're letting the two coolers and Tech Cell float to support, because JANEMBA and Golden FRIEZA don't really link the best together, but neither of these units are really going to take damage. So what's going to happen is we're just sort of going to move through this event, and the only real way that we'll take any damage whatsoever is if the floating units are going to get hit. And it's not... Cooler is not a bitch, right? Like, he'll be okay. Unless he's going to get hit 60 times, including super attack, right? That free-to-play Tech Cell is a fairly good unit. Now, with the link level update being a thing, he's actually one of the units I want to go ahead and link level the most, actually. Because, let's see, okay, so my Tech Cell, World Tournament Cell right here, these are his links. Yeah, I see, like, I gotta get, yeah, I have to level him, and I gotta get, like, Big Bad Boss at level 10 and stuff like that. See, he's good, because he greatly raises defense on super attack. Right? So it's like with Big Bad Bosses active and him greatly raising defense on super attack, he'd be at almost 200. I think he could be close to 200k defense after he's supered. So, like, he's good. And, like, you know, now, like, you're just able to do, like, dude, so many category teams are now, like, super viable. To the point where they just were not at all before, but now they legitimately are, right? There's a lot of category teams. You straight up can run, bring a lot of the Piccolos and stuff like that. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do a bunch of videos like this for certain teams. Maybe we'll do a video looking at the Namekian category team. There are some teams I still have not even done videos for. Like, I haven't done a video specifically on, like, you know, going over the Grade 8 Power category, for instance. And then, like, sort of, like, going into an event, like, you know, and sort of, again, like, utilizing the Grade 8 Power category team, right? For, like, Miraculous Awakening, Turtle School, a lot of different teams like that. I think I'm gonna probably, you know, over the next, like, week or 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, I'm probably gonna do that with a lot of these category teams. Because we now have, like, there's such massive buffs to so many of these teams now. Like it's just... So, again... So we're sitting here, okay, so these two, they have what? Shocking Speed and Fierce Battle. Not the greatest linking partners, but obviously once Golden FRIEZA gets next to Cooler, that's going to help out a little bit. So now we have a build, again, our rotations are, like, untouchable. Like, JANEMBA and Golden FRIEZA, like, the fact that you can do teams where you have multiple copies of these characters. I might actually have to transform with one of these Coolers, because I can't hit this damn Shadow Dragon. He's blocking beam attacks, right? A little prick. But, like, you know, you can just do... There's so many different, like combos that are available now, right? Like, that's the thing. When they made STR JANEMBA's EZA, you had all the whiny babies who said, oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. It's... What's insane to me is, like, we had all agreed, right? Like, I remember us all agreeing, like, yeah, dude, Int JANEMBA is a beast. That's a bad, bad boy. Then they made STR JANEMBA, who basically is the exact same thing as Int JANEMBA, except for, I would say, slightly better. Very slightly better. But he's the same unit. Hello? They're both good. Guess what? Here's the thing about JANEMBA units, too, by the way. JANEMBAs have one of the best link sets in the game. Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown. Like, you go through their links are super, super good. And it's going to allow them to work fairly well on a lot of these different category teams. So it's like, you know, having two JANEMBAs around, yeah, Metamorphosis, which Cooler has, you know, that's a healing link that they're going to share. Like, it's going to allow us, you know, you could, dude, running a JANEMBA on each rotation, like, this is a massive buff. I mean, the problem with Janemba units is this right here, only the 3 category teams. Mind and Body Erosion is just like a dead, like, that's just completely dead. Because, like, Tech, Janemba, and PyCon, dude, I don't know. No one's running them as leads. It's just, that was a major miss by Dokkan. Let's just be real, right? But, like, Movie Bosses and Transformation Boost are very popular teams. And, like, just running a Janemba on each team works well. And, you know, Shocking Speed, you know, maybe, like, well, I guess you can't get AGL UI Goku and Transformation Boost. But, like, you know, a lot of even, like, super class characters have, whatchamacallit, Shocking Speed. It's like, you know, we can even find a build to rock, you know, the Janembas with, like, Transformation Boost super class characters that have Shocking Speed. Let me see. Skinny Boo is a super class character that has Shocking Speed. Let me see. Gotenks does not have Shocking Speed, right? He doesn't. Man, that's the only problem with Gotenks, is that he doesn't really have a major key link besides Fuse Fighter until he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, where he gets over in a flash, right? Kefla does not have Shocking Speed. Oh, you could use Namek Goku. I'm not the biggest fan of Namek Goku, but, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe Namek Goku could be up for an Easy A soon, right? Oh my god, dude. Namek Goku is like, he is just slightly amiss to where, like, he could become a god. Like, literally, like, at Super Saiyan, his guard is guaranteed, and then you give him just a little bit more in base, and that transforming Super Saiyan Goku is like an impenetrable monster, right? Like, he's gonna be absolutely ridiculous. So, you know, it's not gonna be too difficult for, like, you know, it's just some of these slight changes by being able to use multiple characters of the same name. Massive boons to these category teams. Again, I want to do a run of the Namekian category soon. I mean, here's the thing about the Namekian category. That team, I think, like, being massively buffed, I think a lot of it actually does rely... I think the SSR Nail. So, like, you still want to run, like, Dokkan Fist Piccolo and Nail, obviously, are invincible together. But, like, SSR Nail is probably the main, like, other option that you sort of want to get in there. That SSR Nail is a fairly good unit still. He's obviously not as good as the T-War, but he's still not that bad at all, right? Like that SSR, so you can go ahead and rock him. You know, like Dokkan Fest Piccolo, T-War Nail, you know, rock other Piccolos, maybe like AGL Piccolo or something like that. You have many options that will sort of like, you know, get you completely going good. So, it's going to be very interesting to see, right? Like, now that the same name update is here too, like, how are things going to go in terms of, like, the way they're going to release units, right? Like, when they're releasing some of these major big-time units, like, you know, a new Piccolo or something like that, they can sort of design them with the, like, the same name update in mind, right? So, I'm just very pleased with the way things are going to work. Actually, it'd probably be better if you had to put Janemba in the middle slot right there, because that would give us access to big bad bosses on this rotation. See, like, this build is working completely fine, seamlessly. The only way we would take damage with this team right here, again, is if the floaters get hit. And it's like, you know, that Tech Cell, I go ahead and link level him, and then all of a sudden he's barely getting touched because, you know, Big Bad Bosses pops in, boom, 25% extra attack and defense. But actually, I'm as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm actually going to slide that Tech Cell onto my, like, link leveling team. Because now, like, he's a huge addition to the Android/Cell Saga team, right? Previously, we couldn't use him before on the Android/Cell Saga team because of the Int Cell, who was the leader. But guess what? Now we actually could go ahead and rock him. So that's going to be super good, you know, being able to rock him on the Android/Cell Saga team. And then, of course, we also would have the ability to, like, use him on the Android category team, right? The majority of the Android category team is extreme class units. There's not really that many superclass units on the Android team. I mean, there's some, like, there actually are some good ones now, right? Like that EZA, SCR Android 18. She's actually still pretty solid, even without all the massive extra abilities she gets from a Krillin, Trunks, or Goten being on the team, right? She still actually has some fairly good power. But you're probably not going to run her on a team like the Android team without being able to utilize that support ability of hers, right? Because she's such a quirkily designed... It's her links really hold her back. Because she's designed around, you know, Goten and Trunks and them. but like, you know, her links are like exclusively basically Android links. So it's like the Android team where she would link well, you don't want to use her, but you want to use her on the team where she doesn't link well because she has a massive support type ability and damage reduction. It's just, again, she's an oddly designed unit, but she is very, very good. No doubt about that. So boom, look at this. Like we're good. Like here we could actually take damage here because now Cooler. I mean, I guess I actually this is a bit of a misplay. I probably well, is this guy level 10? Yeah, he is. I should have put JANEMBA in the middle slot to activate Big Bad Bosses for Cooler. But I mean, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna absolutely dominate with this build because like 2 golden Friezas and 2 JANEMBAs on one team. It's insanity. Like this works like just with a little bit of extra support, which, you know, Cooler, for the most part, I mean, he can be strong enough. It's just we want him to have Big Bad Bosses, and like he could be good enough to sort of function in that support type role. Funny enough, that Tech Cell is actually going to work a little bit better as a sort of like floating support type unit, right? Because his defense is going to be higher, considering he does greatly raise defense on super attacks. So let me know what you guys think of the same name update. Some of these teams I've been using here. I mean, you could see, like, you know, the thing about this too, this Tech Golden Frieza, right? AGL Golden Frieza, STR JANEMBA, Int JANEMBA. The latest that any of these characters came out is what? STR JANEMBA came out in April of 2017. That's the latest. April of 2017. And like, look how strong this team is. So like, you know, this is really helping out a lot of characters that have been in the game for years. A very, very positive change. Yet again, this is a change that would definitely benefit players who have been around for years, have like older units rainbowed and, you know, maybe link leveled and stuff like that. You know, all these changes Dokkan does are not designed for people who re-roll. I have to repeat myself over and over with that. Yet again, I'm seeing people complain about the coin mechanic as well. It is very free-to-play friendly, actually. It's just, don't freaking re-roll. It's that simple. So, let me know what you guys think of this transformation boost build with the 2 JANEMBAs, the 2 golden Friezas. Again, we're going to look at a lot of other category teams in the Mechian, maybe like World Tournament or something like that, like any sort of like smaller category, and see how heavily impacted they were. So, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.